Hello there! We're Joker Out.
My name is Nace.
My name is Jure.
My name is Bojan. I'm young. JokerOutSubs. No one translates it better.
Great, thank you.
And Kris is missing.
Kris is missing, yeah, very sadly, but I'm sure we'll still have a lovely time. So, first of all, thank you for joining us today. It's much, much appreciated. So, how are you? Is the most important question, really.
Great. We are very good.
Yeah.
We have caught a bit of a cold, but it's a good thing because we all caught it together.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through it as a group of friends who shared this cough and headache. But otherwise, we have a month and a half of creating behind us right now, and it's been very successful, very inspiring. So I think we're in a good place.
That's great, and of course you've been doing that creating in London.
Yes.
So how's your overall experience of London been so far?
I just love it. Like,
Yeah?
yeah.
Me too. Definitely.
Favourite things
Definitely.
about London?
I'm just gonna say
Food.
Really?
you have a lot of choices, you know. You don't
Okay,
have this
fair enough,
in Ljubljana.
for like ordering food.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
What?
I just say the general vibe of like everything. It's
The size of London.
I cannot wait for myself to wake up and just go out and feel like wow.
So you've been able to get out into the city a bit, experience it a
Yeah.
bit. That's good. Any least favourite things?
I'd say the distance, to be honest. Like if you want to go from one place to another,
Yeah.
it takes quite a long time.
Mhm.
The underground solves that, but like just until midnight.
Have you, I was going to say, have you got used to the tube yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, good. And any homesickness?
For me, no.
Not
No?
for me as well.
No, and you're not missing anything from Slovenia?
Like we miss our families. Like
Yeah, of course,
that's
yeah.
normal. But
I miss my garden.
I miss a few aspects of Slovenia. Like the size of London is both a plus and a minus, I would say. Like it's good to have so many opportunities, but like if you're more of a person who likes some maybe alone time and maybe some just go to some woods in the middle of nowhere and like think about anything, it's maybe not the best place.
Yeah, pretty much.
there's a lot of cool parks around.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's different.
There's a wood 20 minutes away from
Yeah.
us in Anfield.
Mhm.
There
But
is.
there's still people.
Well, we haven't went.
No, there's no people there. It's a
Well, there you
wood.
go, you have to put it on the list before you go.
Yeah, we should.
It's a full-on
But
wood.
I would not walk in into that wood.
Yeah, maybe not the
I would do that in Slovenia.
Yeah. So our Slovenian team did think that you might be feeling a little bit homesick. There might be a couple of things that you've missed. So they did send me a few things to gift you
Really?
to remind you of home. So
Slovenia.
when so we thought you might be able to show us and explain to us international.
Weren't you talking about Domaćica a few days?
Can we open it now?
Go for it, yeah, open it now.
Somebody was talking about.
You should try this.
Is that
And it's the gluten-free one.
Cedevita, yes, dominated.
Oh, okay, I do this one.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh, mint. Popularised.
Yeah, those are good to be fair. They sent some for me as well.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hvala.
Oh, I'm missing Čokolino so much.
Šaro vrečka.
Do you know, I thought about getting a nice gift bag, but I was like, no, for authenticity.
That's so much better.
Thank you.
No worries.
Oh, God.
And you got some tea there, I think, is that right?
Yeah.
And some honey, of course. If you're not feeling very well, that'd be.
Have you ever tried this?
No, I have no idea what it is.
Oh, you have to try it.
You have to try it.
Oh my god, what is it?
It's a vitamin orange drink.
Oh, okay. And it's good.
I like it.
So while you're doing that, I can always ask you about the next one. So you've presumably been hard at work writing the new album for the last couple of months. And previously you said that your process kind of involved you, Bojan, or Kris kind of coming up with a bit of a basic framework for the song, and then everyone kind of collaboratively built the arrangement. But Sunny Side of London was made through a sort of jamming process. So what's your process look like over the last couple of months?
Well, there was a lot of jamming,
Yeah.
for sure. There were some ideas that someone brought. Sometimes lyrics, sometimes a riff or something. Yeah, I think jamming was the big part of it.
Yeah. Is that working well for you guys now?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We try to force ourselves to jam every day.
Oh, okay.
To come with new ideas.
It's different. It can be very stressful.
Yeah.
But
And how many songs have you kind of pieced together? Because Jan, you did claim 72 after the first couple of days.
we're like at 350 now.
350, wow, yeah.
So,
Here we go.
I'd say we have somewhere between 7. Let's see the reaction. Do you like it?
Oh, it's good, yeah. We have something called Barocca. It's very similar.
It's similar, yeah.
Yeah, it's good for a hangover, Barocca.
Yeah, we drink a lot of Barocca.
That's actually pretty good. I'll go with that, yeah.
And you have different flavors.
Oh, okay.
That's just the most classic one.
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
Okay, that's enough. We're not sponsored now.
Maybe JokerOutSubs can be sponsored by them.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, I forgot what the question was.
It's alright, we can move on to the next
How many
one.
songs we have?
Yeah, there you go.
I would say we have somewhere between 7 and 10 good ideas
Okay.
already, which is more than enough.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And one of which you said was the most Balkan song you've ever written. So can you tell us anything about that? I mean, what makes it so Balkan?
Wasn't that the
It's
first?
definitely not the most Balkan I've ever written, in the sense of like Balkan, but I'd say that it definitely has the most 70s Balkan rock and roll vibe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The groove, the feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, okay, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
The lyrics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, it's quite Balkan.
Okay. And your first two albums are quite different from one another, I think. Like, Imaginatively, you've said, is a lot of youthful energy, whereas Demoni more mature, a bit heavier, a bit more cohesive. So what's the kind of overall tone or flavour of this album looking like so far?
I'd say it's quite dark.
Dark.
Yeah. At least from my standpoint, from writing the songs and how I feel about them, it definitely doesn't come from the happiest place.
Oh, okay. Ooh, alright, fair enough. That wasn't quite what I expected, actually. I mean, your songs have always been quite, I would say, quite cheerful.
Yeah, but you know, life isn't always
No,
cheerful. I think that it's very good that we are exploring other parts of ourselves that aren't just the ones that we like to be all the time. Because everyone would obviously like to be cheerful and happy all the time, but it's just not the reality for anyone in this world. So naturally, it is a good thing for us to kind of delve deep into those feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's coming out sort of September, October time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we've already got one song, or a couple of songs from it. So Everybody's Waiting came out on the 16th of February last week. And you managed to hit 100,000 streams in the first day, right?
In the first 2 days.
First 2 days. So massive congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I personally love the song. I think it's
Thank
fantastic.
you. Thank you.
Are you happy with the responses to the song that you've seen online?
Very happy. It's crazy to see how many people have been sparked to create their own art because of it, which is like the biggest accomplishment for an artist, to encourage someone else to do or try do their own thing. So that's a major success by itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bojan, you said that this song was the kind of deepest dive that you've ever done. And it's very personal to you and some of your struggles with anxiety. So first of all, are you comfortable with us asking you a couple of questions just around
Sure.
the lyrics and background? So it seems to be about having a bit of a tough time with the negatives of fame, like the pressures of living life as a public person. But towards the end of the song, you say, no one's ever going to make it easier, you're the only one who can. So has it gotten easier since you wrote it? I mean, have you found good ways of managing those feelings?
It definitely has gotten easier, but the thing is, I try to write the song not only about the feelings that I have, but I also try to incorporate what people who I've talked to have told me about their own like encounters with anxiety or depression or anything like that. So I really just try to connect my world to a general world on the same topic. And the thing is, I'm not sure that like my anxiety derives directly from like becoming more successful or something like that. I think it derives solely from the fact that I had like this huge panic attack that I couldn't escape from on stage, and somehow it like left a huge scar on me to not be able to enjoy stage anymore, which is like the worst thing ever, because the stage was the most comfortable place for me like in the world. So to suddenly lose something that is like the best and to not feel as good doing it is like a huge blow. So that's kind of what the song was about.
And have you managed to get that feeling back on stage now?
I don't know, because I haven't been on stage now for like 2 months, but I definitely wasn't there yet when we finished playing, but it's getting better.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. And it didn't come off either. I was in your last concert in Slovenia, and it was bloody brilliant.
Oh,
so
thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
And you've said before that you've been advised to never complain publicly about these feelings, because it's obviously a career that you chose, and there is still quite a significant stigma around talking about mental health, particularly if you're a man. So how did it feel then to put it out there in a song?
To be honest, I don't personally have any problems with anyone thinking whatever they want to think about me, so I really felt that the words that I wrote, I want to write, and it's a fact that a lot of people feel like that, and it's human.
Yeah.
So there's literally nothing to be ashamed of. I feel like if we talk about it as much as possible, it should be able to help people to feel better.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The stigma around those things is something I don't really understand, but I don't care much for it.
Yeah, and that's how we get rid of stigma, isn't it? It's talking
Yeah,
about it as much
yeah.
as possible. So. And you chose to write the song in English.
Yeah.
There's
The song chose to write itself in English.
Yeah. But there is a pretty well-known kind of emotional distance that happens when people speak languages that aren't native to them. Did that help? Did that happen for you? And did that make it a bit easier to write something so personal?
Yeah, definitely. I think that I said this before, but like this song wouldn't be written if I didn't write it in English, because you know, some people show their emotions through motion, some people show it through drawing, and the same goes for languages. You know, sometimes you use a pencil, sometimes you use acrylic color, and I believe language is just another type of...
It's a tool you can use.
It's a tool you can use, and certain things you can only do with certain tools. And the tool necessary for me to put out things like that was obviously the English language.
Yeah. And again, it was very effective. The song is brilliant.
Thank you.
So looking more at the music of Everybody's Waiting. So Jan, you made your debut on the Rhodes piano on this song, and yeah, very successful debut. It was brilliant. So how was that? I mean, playing an instrument that you're maybe less familiar or comfortable with.
Well,
He didn't have other choice.
You forced it.
it was kind of, I think, when we were making the song, we were kind of struggling, like how to achieve the sound that we had in our heads. And like the setup we had maybe wasn't like inspiring enough for us. So like I think like like the drums were also like
Mhm.
they're like a hugely important sound space in the song, and some decisions like that you eventually make in a song. Like the song itself forces you to do it, but it takes some time and some just not doing what you know how to do. Yeah, like you and Jare, like yesterday had a talk about basically like the mindset of a musician. Like I'm very much used to the guitar, and because of that, I'm also in my brain memory or whatever, muscle memory, like there are certain patterns which you can't really always escape them.
Yeah.
And then we saw this Rhodes piano in the studio, and we were like why not try it? Like I have some basic knowledge and understanding of how the piano works, and then I just heard it in my head, and I learned how to play it.
And it's not, I mean, it fits quite well with the vibe of the song, isn't it? Because the Rose is very 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it makes the song, because it's a very, very tough process to go from playing the song on an acoustic guitar or piano, wherever you start the song with, and just singing it out, and then putting into a band form and make the band form fit the song.
It's the hardest thing, yeah.
You know, it's a really hard thing, because you can ruin the song if it doesn't support it, or you can improve the song a lot if it does support. So the thing is, what Jan was talking about, it was so clear to see how his approach, where he isn't obviously a keyboard player, but he does know how to play it. So it's kind of like a live or die instinct. You have to play something, and you do the best things that you possibly can. And it shows, because he really followed the music, he followed the song, and then it just kept building. I know that once Jure got the tu-tu-tu-pa, it all kind of elevated then into the, before the tu-tu-tu-tu-pa drum, it was all very, very basic, and we were very lost, kind of. And then I think Rhodes and that happened quite simultaneously, and then it just flew out.
All came together,
Yeah.
So how are you going to be doing that live? Because, I mean, are you going to be taking your Rhodes with you?
We bought a very, very, very heavy piano.
I was going to say, Rhodes, they're really heavy, aren't they?
Is that heavier than the Rhodes?
No.
I mean,
Well, no. It's
No.
The Rhodes is
It's
very heavy.
yeah, that is also very heavy. So yeah, we kind of bought a traveling piano,
Okay.
which is not traveling at all.
come on, David.
I mean, it is.
Like if you want weight,
It's
it's not escaping the weight. Like
The keyboard players are taking the smaller keyboards.
And we are
on piano.
50 kilograms. So yeah, there's gonna be live Rhodes
Oh, okay, I'm looking forward to it.
emulation of sound.
And one thing that really struck me about Everybody's Waiting when I first heard it was obviously the beginning part of the song. It's very, very vintage. It's sounds very kind of Beatles inspired. And then somewhere around the kind of second pre-chorus, it does switch gear quite rapidly. So it has that maybe more modern, more kind of traditionally pop rock sound, and then it builds into that big kind of anthemic ending. So can you tell us more about why you made that choice to kind of marry those two styles or eras together?
It wasn't so much for the style, it was more for the sake of, we're coming back to the sake of storytelling.
Okay.
So whenever you experience anxiety or feeling of uncomfort of any sort, it never just goes like this and then suddenly stops. It usually starts creeping in the beginning, and then it starts really, really trembling all around you. and then for some reason there's always like maybe the calm before the storm, and then it just explodes.
Yeah.
So the song very much needed that.
Okay, so that was a really, really deliberate symbolic choice then, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. And then in terms of the promo of the song, you decided to use the artwork of very beloved fan artist, Rachik, I think is how you pronounce their name. And we also saw their art on a drum head. I think it's not in the music video, but there's been a picture floating around of a Rachik drum head as well. So why a fan artist?
Well, who better?
Well,
We love her art.
Yeah, honestly, like we saw her work online quite a lot because she's very, very active. And obviously she has a very specific style that like we collectively loved. So when we were floating around with ideas, definitely I think it was in the back of our heads of all of us.
Like
somewhere.
the thing, we kept on like referencing her art, like, oh, we need something like her stuff. Why don't we just
Exactly.
It was just.
So people are definitely going to be able to see more of her art incorporated into the whole Joker Out act.
Oh, fantastic! That's great, and that's lovely to have that connection with someone who's a genuine fan of your work as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really lovely.
Yeah, it is. That's really great. It is.
Yeah.
I thought you said yeah, it is.
So for each of you then, what are your kind of highest hopes in terms of the impact of this song? Whether it's an impact on your career or on the individuals who hear it?
For me, I'm very, very happy with the healing or like a calming effect on people. If they can manage to find themselves as protagonists of the story, I believe it's a good thing. So I'd be very happy with that. And of course, there's always like the possibility of global domination.
Of course.
So
To the well, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You agree? Yeah. Oh, so it's double
Fingers
bonus
crossed.
domination. And then across the whole album as well, I mean, it's going to be quite an important one for you guys because it's your first since gaining a pretty sizable international fan base, right? And I've always kind of thought that your approach to your career has seemed pretty planned out, like you're not winging it, everything's kind of organised months or years in advance. So now that you're no longer the Eurovision representatives, that's got to be good on the one hand, like you're just independent artists, but on the other hand, you are losing out on some of the guaranteed promo that you've had over the last year. So what's the next steps to keep kind of building on the platform Eurovision gave you?
Eurovision 25.
Yeah, right.
And then 27.
Yeah.
No, I think our plan is just to try to expand our concert area all over the world, if possible, or as far away as we can go.
So more world domination then, yeah.
More world domination, and just like write music that we enjoy. I saw an interview with David Bowie yesterday, and he said like the worst thing an artist could do is create art for what he thinks people would like or expect of him. And I'm very happy that this album is definitely not something that anyone would expect of us.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I'd say it's like a very different approach to songwriting and to arranging and to everything from what we had before. And when you listen to us play it live, when we do it in the rehearsal space, it sounds very natural for where we are at this point of life. So I'm very happy that we're doing something that we feel like doing, not just something, because like obviously we know which songs work the best from our catalog, and like it would be the easiest thing to just try and replicate the most successful songs in like 10 different ways, and then...
And that would also be very boring for you, I'm sure, yeah.
No, yeah, it would be it's like suicide. Yeah. But I'm happy we're doing the exact opposite of that, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll keep you creative if you're constantly switching it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to hear some of the new songs very soon, right? Because you said you are going to be playing them in their unreleased, you know, sort of early stages version on the tour.
Yes.
So very exciting. So how are you feeling about debuting some of your new songs?
I'm quite happy, like, to change the playlist we play now. Like, just to do something different on stage is...
I was going to say, some of the songs you've been doing for like 6-7 years now, and you gig quite a lot. Like, it must be, I mean, you must be looking forward to doing something different.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the second album came out in like 2022, right? Yeah. So we only played maybe 80 shows.
Oh, more.
Maybe 120-ish shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is quite a lot, but you know, it's not 20 years of playing those songs.
Yeah.
But somehow it's so intense, and we're playing when we play so much that I'm looking forward to changing the playlist as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I cannot wait to see how the songs that we're gonna play will very naturally take another turn at some point, because we'll see something doesn't work or something could work very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jan has something really cool.
Oh yeah, I mean...
keep revealing it.
I'm just stretching a bit. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're not interrupting at all. I finished my very mixed statement.
It's the first time after a very long time that we'll be playing the songs before we record them in the studio, because like a lot of work and like the final arrangements is done, at least with us in the studio. So it's gonna be fun. Like it's gonna be kind of scary, because I don't think the songs are gonna sound like 100% the same as they will on.
Maybe they won't sound like 50%.
Yeah.
Or maybe they will carry the song for last time.
Yeah, because you've done this kind of consistently throughout your career, right? I think you said Protitoku and Gola, Nogovorinovic, and then all of those were kind of very different versions were played live, and then what ended up on the album was quite different.
Do you remember?
Protitoku, because maybe he had 2 or 3 versions.
No, but I don't think he was. Were you in the band already when we played on Domaćica? You weren't there. No, but the first time. You remember when we played? So, Protitoku. I wrote Protitoku, but there was no lyrics whatsoever. And we played it because we needed a song. It was Butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Through my mind you fly like a butterfly, like a butterfly in July. Those were the lyrics.
Seriously?
Yeah, I just remembered this.
I think Umazan and Misli also had some other...
Umazan and Misli was... So we played at a festival in Slovenia. Streets. Mm-hmm. And Umazan and Misli were added to the playlist because, well, we needed original songs to be added to the playlist, but there was no chorus. So I remember we were playing foosball in the backstage, and I was like, fuck, I need a chorus. We're going on stage in 30 minutes. And it was like... Dej mi vse, da preslikam si spomine, pride moja barva zmine in poveva si vse. Just random shit.
I think there's still a video.
There is. I have it on my Instagram somewhere. We've been doing that a lot.
But I suppose now you're doing it on a European tour,
Yeah.
so a very different fan base now, and you've also got a much bigger social media presence now, so there's going to be a lot more videos of those kind of early versions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do
More
you...
videos of us shitty playing.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, that's what makes a live show. I'm very happy that like this makes it 100% sure that like each show will be different.
And all the more reason for everyone to buy tickets to every single one of your shows.
Yeah.
That's the master plan.
Yeah. More world domination. So this is a big tour, right? Month long. Is it the longest kind of continuous
Yeah,
one
it
that
is.
you've done?
That's absolutely the biggest one.
And lots of different countries as well. Now I've been to quite a few of your shows at this point, and the atmosphere and energy is always just insane. Like I kind of wish you could experience it from the crowd.
I
Just
do
once,
too.
'cause
I do too.
It's mad. Brilliant, of course, but emotions are always running very, very high in the crowd. So I wonder, from your side of the barricade, does that ever get a bit overwhelming, or do you just kind of thrive on that energy?
It's the same with us, I think.
I think like the crazier the crowd is, the more it hypes us up.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Like you can always tell after 5 seconds of being on stage what the concert is going to be like.
Okay.
Because there's a vibration that the crowd gives off, and sometimes you just walk in and it doesn't have to be like the loudest crowd. Just there's something about it. There's like, oh yeah,
That's gonna be a good
Yeah.
we're vibing tonight.
And you are really fantastic live performers.
Thank you.
That's clearly where you're most comfortable. And I think there's something about you guys performing live that I think just goes beyond the fact that you are just obviously technically very proficient musicians. You've got a very good crew behind you. There's some kind of magic in the air when you perform. So I wonder, what's the trick or technique to a really good live experience?
I think there's no.
I'd say all members enjoying the music. Like legitimately enjoying what we do, because I do know that like each one of us is into every single song that we do, so that is a big one. And also us being friends and like just kind of knowing that this is literally the best job in the world that you can have.
It doesn't.
You know, you also have bands when they have everything that you had, what you said, you know, but they don't have this feeling on stage, you know.
I don't think they're comfortable. Oh, that's one thing.
Maybe.
That's one thing.
Maybe.
We're very comfortable. I believe
Yeah,
that
yeah.
after all this time, we feel like there's nothing that could go wrong. You know, electricity can go out.
Yeah.
We'll take
Which
a
it
guitar,
does frequently.
which it does very frequently. Okay, guitar, la 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 until it comes back on. I don't know. A guitar amp goes wrong, goes bad, stops working. I don't know. Plug it into another amp or something. Just like we've done a lot of concerts, which we are very, very lucky to come from Slovenia.
Okay.
That is a major thing. Like young musicians have so many opportunities to play live in Slovenia. That is a fact. Like being here in London, I talked to this one guy who's a musician, and I was like, so do you do a lot of shows? And he was like, yeah, we did like Manchester in September, and we're gonna do some more in, I don't know, April. And I was like,
That's about
but
it.
but it's a reality here.
Yeah.
It's a reality here. So because we were used to playing like 60, 70 shows a year in Slovenia.
Yeah.
On like proper venues with proper lights, proper sound, proper security, proper stage. So we are very blessed to be coming from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is what makes you guys so brilliant. You've got the experience that artists from other countries might take years and years and years and years to gain. Yeah, absolutely. So visually as well, you're really great live. You put on a very good show, including some really, really fantastic stage outfits. And Carlo Curie confirmed that he is designing some new looks for you for the upcoming tour. So can you tell us anything about that? I mean, like how they might be different from previous looks that you've had?
Well, we didn't saw.
Yeah, we didn't.
close yet, so
Oh, no.
we don't know. Probably you know more than I.
Yeah.
I was saying he did post one, I think yesterday. He posted a very, very cool sort of
Ooh,
military
the jacket.
jacket.
But was that for us?
I don't know. I mean, I assume it had the lace on the back.
I sure hope so. Yeah, it was really cool.
It was very cool.
I have to go see that.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't for me because I know that I gave him one jacket. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, it's like more like a motorbike jacket, but like it has a
looks
really
like-
cool.
It sort of looked
It
quite
looks like
military.
Jure.
Yeah.
This could be.
Or
No, it's not.
oh no, it's me. It's me.
It's,
It's
my
because
pants.
of the pants. Yeah. Nice.
For my motorbike. The jacket, yeah.
So okay, so now you know at least one thing.
I think that like the general thing we talked about with Carlo was try to make it as comfortable as possible and as close as possible to something we could wear in everyday life.
And you ended up with the motorbike jacket, the lace on the back.
I mean, like it's better than the metal structure.
Oh gosh,
Imagine
the
walking-
Stoddards for that
Yeah,
one.
imagine walking through the city.
But
with
that
this
was
person.
cool,
Yeah.
though.
Was that comfortable? I mean,
It
yeah.
was comfortable, yeah.
Yeah. Because I
But
thought
I would not
that
wear it every day.
No.
It's too difficult to
I
play.
you
know.
get tangled up in it, yeah. And as well, you're going to meet a lot of people, I'm sure, on this upcoming tour. Because you're known, I suppose, for having a really, really lovely relationship with your fans. And you do try and interact with them as much as you can, seem to kind of genuinely enjoy doing so. And I think everyone I've met and I've seen talking about experiences with you, it's always been really, really, really lovely. So from your side of things, if you could describe the perfect encounter with a fan, so one that leaves you feeling totally happy, totally safe, respected, comfortable, what would that look like? Whether that's based on a real example or totally hypothetical?
Good question.
I think 99.9% of our interactions are very safe and like very nice. To be honest, the only time when I'm not over the moon to be doing interactions is like if after the concert I feel like talking for 10 more minutes might mean that tomorrow I'm gonna be
Yeah.
talking like this. So that is the only thing that would stop me from doing interactions. I don't know, people are very nice.
They're just
They always introduce themselves, they always
Bring us gifts.
bring us gifts. They always ask if they can give you a hug,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
good.
That is really important, yeah.
Yeah,
there is.
I don't know.
So it's all good things though, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's good, definitely.
So, to summarise then, in as many words as you like, why should people come and see you in your upcoming See You Soon tour?
Well, as we said in the video we made, they'll make some new friends for sure.
Yeah, that is definitely, I can
Have you made
personally
any friends?
Hundreds. I mean, I think that's one thing that's really, really great actually, is anywhere I go, anywhere in Europe to see you guys perform, there will be 20, 30, 40 people at the same gig who I know. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a really cool part because like obviously we also see you guys who come to more shows and we know you and we see that like on each new show there are groups who were maybe separated before are now standing together and communicating, which is really cool. To be honest, I'd say like I don't know, there's like millions of artists and millions of concerts going on every day, but if people feel like they could enjoy what we do for 2 hours, then they're very welcome to come. Or if they feel like we suck live, then they should definitely come to see that we don't.
Yeah. Well, again, and that's one thing I think is quite nice about your show, just because, you know, the queuing outside, you meet so many people, it's kind of the whole day experience of it, as well as a really, really fantastic show. So, yeah, really
Thank you.
worth going.
It's very nice to hear it from someone who is an expert in
Oh yeah. So had we been doing this interview a couple of months ago, I think the next questions would be slightly different. But then someone named Damon Baker came into all of our lives,
Okay.
and we have quite a few more questions for you. So for anyone who is listening and isn't aware, Damon Baker is a exceptionally talented photographer who you guys recently did a collaboration with. So
Yes.
congrats, first of all. I mean, that was a really, really great collaboration.
Thank you very much.
So how did you guys meet? How did you decide you were going to do a series of photo shoots together?
We met Damon through a mutual friend here in London, and to be honest, it was a very much how do you call it? Like instant.
You said that chemistry. Yeah.
Instant chemistry. He is a very, very warm and like a gentle person who lives and breathes his art.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fantastic to see someone so young be doing something that is truly differs from others' work.
Mm-hmm.
He has his unique style, and he obviously never ever thinks that he is done learning about it. Like every time you're with him, he is searching for new knowledge, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always wants to watch a movie or a documentary or read a book or something. Like he is a very artistic person, and he very much liked Everybody's Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
He said that like it spoke to him a lot, so I guess the song also helped like build a relationship, because I know that like whenever we met, he was like, "What a wonderful life."
And the fun thing is, if we wouldn't like meet him, Everybody's Wedding would sound a bit different. That's the thing.
Yes, that is actually very true.
Yeah.
In what
Chorus,
way?
right?
First chorus.
Yeah.
So, wow, yes. Kris, Nace and I were at Damon's one night,
Mm-hmm.
and we played the demo to Damon. And I clicked on the wrong version of the demo, the one that we
Like disliked.
one
Oh,
one that
yeah.
we didn't like, because we were playing with a few different options for the first chorus. So I clicked on the version that was already dismissed by us.
Yeah.
And when it came to that chorus,
We just looked at each other. Oh my god,
We're like-
that's the chorus. We have to.
first we were like, "Oh, it's not the right one." Oh.
Or is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's the correct one, you know? And like, we
And that was like literally the last day.
that was like 5 minutes.
Like, oh, we have a mix session at the moment. Like,
Literally, we just immediately called Jure, the producer, and we're like, "You need to export this again, because we're gonna send this into the mix," because the song was already in the mix with the first version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's good. So
Oh, wow.
thank you, Damon.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Damon.
thank you, Damon. Yeah.
The intended version didn't have the Rhodes, right?
yeah,
In the chorus.
yeah.
And the
Was
piano.
it just like the guitar?
Just the guitar. Yeah.
It sucked.
It was very boring.
It was very boring.
And it's now fabulous. So again, thank you, Damon. So moving on to talking about the actual photographs that you guys took. So Bojan, you had quite a few pictures taken by Damon,
Yes.
and you confirmed in the most recent one that you posted that Damon heard the song, internalised the song, and did his magic. So presumably everybody's waiting. So can you tell us more about the connection between those individual pictures and your recent experiences and the song? I mean, is it trying to tell a story?
Essentially, I think what makes Damon so special is not doing like a whole lot of chaos around the photo shoot. He keeps it very plain and simple, and in some magical way that he knows how to do, bring out the emotions out of you for the photos. And like the whole photo shoot is done in such a minimalistic way, which everyone knows here. But somehow you, in like the process of those 2 hours, you open yourself to expressions, feelings that you didn't plan on opening yourself to. So I know that Damon felt what we as individuals have to tell, maybe without. He knew that there are certain limitations within us that won't let us do something by ourselves, to show something by ourselves.
Okay.
But I think he felt like when he takes his camera out that he's going to be able to bring it out, and he did.
And then yours were also posted with a caption, and it read, "Promise me something, I'll keep creating for you and I, but you have to also. Go create, no boundaries, let it all out." So what does that caption mean to you now?
Well, it means a lot because obviously we artists need to feel connection to other artists, because other people's art also inspires us. And I don't know, it was some, I guess it was like just a Damon's way of reassuring that we're gonna keep doing this in the best way possible. But I don't think he was only referring to me, to be honest, because Damon was also very surprised by the amount of fan art created. Because, like, if we're real for a moment, he photographed all the biggest stars in the world, literally all of them. And he said he never experienced something like that after the photo shoots he did with us. So I believe it sparked something in him that he was like, he didn't say just to me, let's keep creating, he said to everyone, like to all of his followers and to new people who saw him. So yeah, I know for a fact that this collaboration made him very, very happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It made the fans very happy as well.
Yeah.
So Jure and Nace, you had your photo shoot together.
We did.
And I don't know, I feel like there was a real intimacy in those pictures, and that's something that Damon has kind of explored before, is intimacy in all of its many varied forms. So why did you guys decide to do your photo shoot together?
I think that was actually his idea. Like, he just saw the friendship between me and Jan is
noteworthy.
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 Noteworthy. Okay, that's one way to say it.
I mean, obviously there were a lot of theories like developed between me and Nace, and
Yeah.
I think Damon was inspired by that and instead tried to, and I think successfully captured like the how intimacy doesn't need to only be romantic, but yeah, we kind of like explored the friendship and the non-romantic
Bond,
intimacy. Yeah, kind of bond. Yeah.
No, that's really lovely, and they're lovely pictures.
Imagine if Nace was not, wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't love me? What?
That'll be a twist.
like just
And Jan, for your pictures, we don't see much of your face in the photo shoot. I think in all of your pictures it's covered by your hair or your hands. There was a little bit of speculation around that, so was that a deliberate choice, or?
He was still sleeping.
That was also Damon's artistic idea.
Okay.
He got very personal with the photos. Like he's not just a photographer. He's like a true artist, and like if he photo shoots a person, I think he wants to understand him and them. And I think he, like in the short time that we've known each other, he read us pretty well, I think. And with me, he said he wanted to like present a sort of mystery, kind of not that accessible on first hand.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of only like my eyes were mostly like on the photos. So yeah, not everything is shown on
camera.
first. Yes,
And that's it. You captioned your pictures when worlds collide. So can you tell us the meaning behind that?
The thing is, when I first met Damon, he kind of sparked the inspiration in music and like gave me back the most primal love of creating music back that I lost through the years of like working as a sideman. Like I lost like a couple of % of that like feeling about art, about being a part of just something I believe in, something I connect to, like, and like after meeting him, talking about art and like his passion, it just sparked that thing in me like again. So that's why when worlds collide, you get something even larger, better.
This has been a really important relationship for you guys, it seems like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big part of our London experience.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely. And Jure, last but not least, we just wait a little bit for your pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was waiting. I think I remember seeing everything you posted in that like 10-11 day period was just all the comments said things like, "Where are the Jure pictures?" So and when they did come out, they were very sexy. Like I couldn't think of another word to describe them. That was very much the vibe. So it's not really a way that we've seen you portrayed before, in that very kind of overtly sexy way. So how did you decide that that was the vibe that the photo shoot was going to be?
I don't know, I just feel it. It was. I don't know when no, I didn't want to. I didn't mean that. I never had that feeling with a photographer before, and we were always working as a team together. I never had a
Solo shoot.
solo shoot. No, I didn't have it like this, and it was so simple, and I could smoke in his apartment. It's so like, okay, I'll just chill here and smoke. And just do your job. I'm here. I don't know. It was just so easy feelings. It just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you just relaxed.
I was not thinking about it.
Yeah. And you had a few fan references in your shoots. You had the Baby Boo merch socks on.
Oh yeah.
And you also had fan art in the background.
Yeah. It's
So
Damon's work. He printed it.
yeah. So
Thanks for artwork. Thanks.
Yeah. So I was gonna say why so many fan references?
Sorry.
Why so many references to fans in your photo shoot?
I don't know. I didn't plan that.
No.
I just woke up that morning. I saw Baby Boo socks. I was okay. I put
We'll
this
keep
on.
yeah.
I came to Damon's house and he put that artwork into the wall, and I was like, okay, let's do a photo here.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
It just happened. Yeah.
I remember when we talked to Damon first before doing photos. He was like, "We should do photos," and we were like, "Yeah." So where are we gonna do them? Like, cause it's like 5 of us. Do you have space? 5 of you? No. I'm gonna do each one separately. Like, oh yeah, cause usually we do bunch. No. Oh honey, no.
But it's nice, and again, he captured all of you really well. It's like, again, they're fantastic pictures. So if you had to pick a single image each from the shoot that was your favourite, whether that's of you or of one of your bandmates, which do you think it would be?
Ooh, I know which one I would pick in, like, from mine I would pick the one that is just for me, is the one that I'm smoking and like have a tear in my eye looking to the side. But my favorite is Jure's when he lifts his sweater up and like, I think you have your hand in the pocket.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Sid Delicious.
The
Sid Vicious.
Jan, what do you think? Favourite one?
Out of mine, maybe I like this one and the one which I have like kind of arms in my.
Oh, where you're sort of like pulling on your face.
Yeah. Because it was something that I like felt like it was the right thing to do, like to express myself. I mean, all photos are so cool, but the first one that I saw that I was like, wow, that's like it moved something inside me was Kris's like babushka. Photo. That was like so
Different.
so like I've never portrayed Kris in my head as a babushka, but it was a very like unexpected but fitting and very emotional thing to see.
Yeah.
It was.
And it's a beautiful picture. Nace?
I think my favorite of me is the one when he shoots me from the side and I'm just looking at the camera. Like, I think it's very honest, just in the eyes. And I agree with Bojan that Jure's photo with his sweater. That's just come on.
Spot on.
That's a proper rock star.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Well, I have to choose this one. But I also like that one with Jan and Nace when I think you did this to.
Oh yeah.
That's like yeah.
That's a cool one as well.
It's a very cool one. So, that kind of brings us to the end of our time together today. But before we go, our Slovenian team at JokerOutSubs had a message that they wanted me to read out for you.
In Slovene.
If no one minds. In Slovene, no, it is in English. A little bit in Slovene. So, dragi Bojan, Jan, Jure and Nace, the Slovenian branch of JokerOutSubs wants to send you a warm hello. Over the past year, the five of you have made us proud to be Slovenian and have given us an opportunity to share our language and culture with the world. Our translation group, which was created in May 2023, has grown and developed a lot since then, and we now feel bonded like family. We all agree that no matter what happens in the future, we're staying friends for life, and we're infinitely thankful to all of you for bringing us together. You might not even realise it, but by being your genuine and sincere selves, you are having a profound influence on Slovenian society that will be felt for years to come. You're making us believe that there is hope for future generations to be more loving and accepting towards one another and towards themselves. You're not only doing this through your music, but through your entire public presence. You're not afraid to speak about your struggles with mental health. You're not afraid to sign a pride flag on the evening news or to sport it on stage in front of thousands of people. You're not afraid to fight toxic masculinity through your stage outfits, artistic expression, and through showing off your vulnerability, compassion, and love for one another. These things might be taken for granted in some other countries, but for Slovenian fans, you're the much needed breath of fresh air that we've always longed for. Thank you for changing all of our lives for the better. Hvala da ste z nami in hvala da nam dajete upanje na boljši jutri. Radi vas imamo, vaši JokerOutSubs.
That's.
I have to realize.
Don't, because then I'll cry.
Well, hvala vam. Radi vas imamo in vas neskončno spoštujemo in pridemo tudi letos še nazaj k vam. Hvala.
And thank you again for agreeing to sit down with us. It's
Thank you so much for taking your time. It was a beautiful interview.
Oh, I'm really glad. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
What
we
is
did.
And not just because of the biscuit. Great.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a mess here.
Yeah. Kam se to reče?
Žare is gonna be like